That a live look out in Kingston, Jamaica, that whole harbor. We've watched that churned up. The visibility, obviously, down. That trend to the west was a better scenario for the eastern part of Jamaica where Kingston is, but that is not the case at all for areas farther off to the west. The landfall was near New Hope. This is bringing worsening conditions right now to places like Montego Bay. Let's bring in Fox Weather hurricane specialist Bryan Norcross. Bryan, as we've been watching this, I know your career is like a library of tropical systems. Some of the verbiage that the NHC has been using, it reminds me of when the Storm Prediction Center issues a tornado emergency, just telling folks to get to cover and stay there until this storm is passed.
Yeah, it sounds exactly like that because the winds in this storm are like a tornado, and they're the same as a top-end tornado. As a matter of fact, especially at elevation, when you talk about tornadoes' winds. So, what's the maximum tornado wind speed on record? It's over 300 miles per hour. But that's a gust. The ranking of tornadoes is by their gust, not by their sustained winds like in hurricanes. So, this storm had over 200-mile-per-hour gusts. That's equivalent to an EF5 top-end tornado. And then at elevation, measured were 250-plus mile-an-hour winds. And those mountains, of course, go up in elevation. So very fearful of what's happening in the communities and the cities that are up in the mountains, although it looks like the core of this is missing the larger city up there. So anyway, this is all bad. I mean, we don't really have any idea how extensively bad it is. As of 3 o'clock, as Ian was saying, 160 miles per hour is the estimate on the wind. Still Category 5, 906 millibars, and moving north-northeast at 8. When you look at the satellite, you see the eye is shrinking, and normally when you say the eye is shrinking, that means that it's intensifying. In this case, I don't think that's what that means. I think what's happening is because of the disruption with the higher elevations, the clouds are filling in the eye, so we're just not seeing it like we were, that the eye is still a reasonable size as it moves north. But obviously it's moving north to getting near the north coast with the circulation coming around like this. So that's going to put water to the left side of the eye from the Caribbean down against the coast here. That includes Montego Bay. Montego Bay opens north, and that means that water is going to get trapped in there, and that means there is a threat of storm surge flooding along that coast as well. And the storm surge flooding continues here on the south coast, all the way on the south coast, including to Kingston. Now, the winds aren't as strong in Kingston, but still, they're persistently tropical storm force winds from the south or near tropical storm force, especially in gusts from the south. So that's pushing water into Kingston Harbor and just kind of keeping it there. All right, here's the very close-up loop, and I made this during the landfall period. Let's see if I did the right thing here. Let me see if I go back here to 1 p.m. Well, it's kind of caught under the cone because the cone shifted because of the new update. But anyway, there you can see the eye. So trace it here and here and here. And that's why New Hope was the center of the eye when it came ashore at 1 p.m. Eastern time, noon Jamaica time. It also was getting deformed already. You can see the northern part of the eye here being filled with clouds, and that's because that the circular winds get deflected by the elevation there, and it's just by the land, and the eye kind of fills in, so we don't have that pristine eye anymore. Here you can see it when we look at the visible picture of the last 2 hours. You can see it just is filling in completely. We still have the eye there, but it's obscured in terms of what we can see with the satellite. But it tells you very well where exactly it is. And here's where the worst of the storm is like that. And then we have the hurricane force winds out to probably including Montego Bay. In fact, we can actually plot that out here. According to the Hurricane Center, that's where the system is right now. Here are the hurricane force winds, including Montego Bay. And then here are the hurricane force gusts. So you see that, remember, the wind is coming this way over here, pushing water toward that northwest Jamaican coast where Montego Bay is. And over here, this is where Robert Ray is. If you've been watching his reports from St. Anne's Parish here, this big parish there is St. Anne's, and he's in St. Anne's Bay is the name of that community there. So he's going to be in the hurricane force gusts there. And Ocho Rios is outside of it. Kingston here, remember, the wind is coming this way, and so it's still pushing the water against the coast there, as I said, in Kingston. All right, let's go ahead to what is approximately when this center is going to move offshore, about 4 p.m., maybe a little after, it looks like now. So this is the time that we're going to get the kind of maximum push of water here in Montego Bay. And we're right at high tide here this afternoon during this time. So not that the tide goes up and down very much, but we are at high tide, so that's not going to help the situation. There's the airport there in Montego Bay is along the water, and then there's a berm there, so we'll see how what happens there. And then by 8 p.m., the hurricane force gusts are leaving. By 2 a.m., they're all gone all across the country. Ian, did I hear you pop in there?
No. No, we were listening.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Okay, I just heard something, and I just wanted to be sure that maybe I misstated something or something. Okay, all right. Anyway, let me just finish this up here, because this is still going on. This heavy rain on the top of the mountains here. When you rain on top of the mountains, that has to come down, and that takes time. So we have the wind disaster today. We have some flooding from the rain, and then we have all the rain at the very high elevations on both ends of the island that still has to come down the hill. So that's going to take some time. In the U.S., we have that all plotted out, and we have those charts to tell you, okay, it looks like the water is going to peak through that town, 2 days from now. We don't have that for Jamaica, but the idea is still the same. And here is Black River. Now, if you remember the map I showed you where the system made landfall, I can move this over a little bit. So up in here is where New Hope is, up in there. So, but the right side is in here, where this is where the maximum storm surge is going to be. So this is going to be around the Black River area. And when we move over here, you can see over toward Treasure Beach, this is all a resort area here, so I'm very fearful what happened there. Over in Jamaica, or in Kingston, Jamaica, which is the capital, obviously, here's Kingston here, Portmore and Spanish Town all make up the metropolitan area. The main thing here is how the water drains. It drains down here, and it drains from all of these mountains all down into the area between Portmore and Kingston. So, Ian, the disaster part of this is not going to be over today, because there's going to be this continuous flow of water down the hill, and exactly how the drainage systems that traditionally work will handle all this. Of course, we don't know, but it would seem that no place can handle a foot or 2 or 3 of rain up the hill all coming down at once.
Yeah, no question, not with the terrain like that. And we see the scenes, what it looks like right there in Kingston. We know they still have a ways to go, both there and across the entire island. Bryan, I think you might have heard our team getting back in contact with Robert Ray. He's been live there on Jamaica. We're going to go there next.
Oh, great.
We'll be checking back with you, though. That's our hurricane specialist, Bryan Norcross. Thank you.